Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into your daily read for Wednesday, March 1st, 2023. I do want to, of course, thank you so much for joining me for this reading. But as always, keep in mind this is general for the day for all 12 signs. So just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. But the overall message I channeled for us for this Wednesday, for the beginning of the month, golden fruition. Golden fruition. Beautiful. So in the first couple attempts to get this reading done, I did naturally channel the message of this being one of the days, and I feel like even, rewinding back a bit to the end of February and even fast forwarding to, I want to say, the rest of the first week of the month, evidence coming to be for you individually that you're manifesting quite easily at this point along your path when it comes to one, if not multiple, wish fulfillments, the success of whatever it is you've been putting your efforts towards. They're saying blood, sweat, and tears. Endless days is what I'm hearing. But I do feel like there's also a reminder throughout this day that if you so choose to put your attention, your focus, your efforts towards something, or continues to do so, you'll turn it to gold, period. There's an effortless way about how you accomplish something, if not multiple things throughout this day, and that feels golden in and of itself. Beautiful. I'm hearing, let's see it come to fruition. You might even come up with something you desire or just, want, or maybe something becomes more clear as to why you need it or what you need more so. And Spirit saying, even more so, let's see it come to fruition. There's a sense of, you can manifest, but there's a bit of an effortless way about how you can co-create with Spirit at this point along your path as well. You might even be reminded how spiritually connected you are throughout this day. What else do we have for Wednesday? Okay, the Three of Wands in reverse. So there's a feeling that you don't need to, it's like, yes, you can expect it, but it's almost this feeling where you're being pushed to just let go of the when and the how, right? And just know that when the time is right, whatever you don't have, whatever hasn't come to fruition in your reality yet, it's going to come in when the time is right. But it almost feels like there was a bit of a wish fulfillment or just a manifesting something accomplished or received for oneself in the previous days, or just rewinding back a bit more for some. And so that gives you the sense of confidence, or it should at least give you that confidence that whatever it is for you will come in a golden divine timing kind of way. The Hermit. So I do feel like this is a day where there's some quality alone time. I do feel like there's a sense of independence being rewarded to oneself, or just reminded that you are such a strong individual at this point. You may find oneself doing a bit of reflecting throughout this day. And that may just be the moment or several moments where you discover what you want or need, or just are reminded why that is, or the clarity comes to be in regards to how important it is for you to see that come to be. I feel like there's a connecting of importance to oneself, to your higher self, to the strength of your intuition at this point. But also I want to say with one other person of significance for you, even if this is just via email or on, texting, messaging on the phone. It could be in person, obviously, but I feel like this person will teach you something at some point moving forward, and you'll teach them even more. It's like a sense of this being a connection where you're meant to open each other up to new awareness. Very interesting. They're saying a priceless kind of connection. We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse and the Moon in reverse. I feel like it's a day where you're just kind of running around getting things accomplished. It may not feel like you're speeding per se, but it feels like something's also growing for you quite exponentially, or just faster than it once was. It feels like you're being pushed to recognize how effective it is that you are not emotionally attached to whatever it is you're trying to see come to fruition once again. And how it's adding a lightness to that process and making it more doable. There's this feeling that you're being shown the way by Spirit, even if you fully can't see that 24/7. I feel like there's a beautiful way about how you're able to, at this point along your path, manage what's at hand, what you still have yet to accomplish or see come to be. They're saying check off your to-do list or multiple. How you're able to manage that once again in a very mature and light-hearted kind of way, right? And to kind of keep that anxiety at bay. Interesting. I do feel as if energy will affect you throughout this day, but there is this strength about how you just deal with it in a very, again, mature and just, they're saying, elegant way. You don't get overwhelmed by it, and you just kind of cope and deal and cleanse your energy if need be and shift on forward, because I feel like you have a lot to get done. Now, I did try to pull from the wisdom of the Oracle deck before in the first couple attempts, and it just didn't feel right in the end. And the messages that were coming out from those cards were just so random and not feeling, I wasn't feeling the flow, right? So I feel like even in the midst of some trial and error, you may need to just simply trust your intuition and make one, if not multiple, important adjustments or removing throughout this day to see something come to be as it's meant to. But I did get the chopped wood card, a chop wood card rather. So I do feel like there's, again, efforts being put forth towards what you wish to see come to be or what just feels necessary to accomplish. I wouldn't be surprised if you find oneself doing some tidying up, cleaning up, the clearing of the energy in a situation. They're showing me sage in my mind's eye. I do feel as if there's just a lot going on within, in your mind, your heart, your soul, then you're even leading on. But I feel as if it doesn't all need to be tended to or figured out, solved or healed from, throughout this specific day, because that's too much pressure to put on one specific Wednesday, right? But I feel like, again, this is a day where you're being reminded any sense of lack, you'll be replenished, or your cup will be filled up moving forward. I feel like there's also a focus on where you're feeling a bit out of place or potentially a little bit of a void within that needs to be acknowledged so that moving forward you can fill it up in whatever way feels most productive for oneself, or just to maybe adjust your perspective and focus to see that you're actually not incomplete in that sense. Does that make any sense to you? I feel like you are, sorry if that sounded condescending, but I feel like some of which is just a hanged man kind of moment, a need for an adjustment in perspective and focus. But through it all, again, you have the Midas touch. And I also feel like it's a day that reminds you luck is on your side. They're saying just don't overspend. But for whatever reason, you may be surprised to discover that it's a day where you're not feeling quite burnt out or as much as you have been. And I feel like this is beautiful. It's going to feel so refreshing. I feel like there is a poised way about you at certain points, the way you carry oneself, the way you strut out and about or just migrate, accomplish, produce, develop. It feels like you just know what you're doing. And I feel like there's a chin held high. I've been through it. And this is going to be a better month than February. I don't know why that's coming out. Spirit's saying begin this month with a sense of confidence and pride in all that you have overcome, all that you've been through, because this is going to be one damn amazing month. And it feels like, again, you have the ability to see what you desire come to be. Let's fill in the blanks. Interestingly, key wording. I do feel like there's a focus on your caring nature, your creativity, your magical status in this lifetime, okay? And what you're meant to magically create and develop moving forward. And for some, drawn to the reading, that's tied into your life purpose. I do feel like for some, you're thinking about that special somebody, your soulmate, right? They're saying for some, you would label them as your twin flame, but I don't typically mention that in my readings. But I do feel like some of which, drawn to the reading, you've already met this person, even if you don't think so. And it feels like you're meant to connect with somebody moving forward in a romantic way that you have, again, even if you've already met them, you may, it may be somebody that you haven't met yet, of course. Everybody's case is different. But this is meant to be a person that you have known for lifetimes energy-wise or in past lives, or one in particular, right? So don't be surprised when there's the continuation of, or the beginning of you feeling like you've known them for a while, even if you're just meeting, right? So, or just met. So I feel like this is a very special connection, and that could be that person that we talked about earlier in the reading, where you guys are meant to create awareness in the other, um, open each other up to the new. Beautiful. And the already existing is what I'm getting. But the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups, beautiful. So it's a day that shows you the magic of new beginnings, the magic of your capability, okay? What your the possibilities within you as far as your magical ability to co-create and manifest at this point along your path. But I feel like you're being pushed to remember that you deserve a full heart. Interesting. You deserve to be cared for by oneself and by other people, and you deserve the love and financial and career success that you so wholeheartedly desire and crave at this point along your path. It just feels like a very purposeful beginning to the month where, again, you have that Midas touch and there's a sense of, again, luck being on your side with whatever you decide to continue, wrap oneself up with, who you decide to connect with, and putting out of one's mind the ups and downs, the disappointments, even the hurting that was part of your past, right? This is a day where you're seeing evidence that you are a manifesting machine, period. And it's, again, a day full of golden fruition. Beautiful. So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your Wednesday, and I'll see you next time.